Excuse the mess, but here's what we're going to use in order to correctly mount a set of rings and bases to this Franke Momentum 6.5 Creedmoor that I managed to win. The Razor LHT scope that we're going to mount to it, Vortex torque driver, and then we're going to follow the instructions included with both the rings and the bases themselves. They're going to have torque values in each one. Make sure you're paying attention to those, torque them to the correct values. These are not meant to be put together with Loctite or anything like that. So if we start at the bases, I bought a set of reputable bases for $26 shipped, so fairly inexpensive. These are meant to be torqued to 25 inch-pounds. They use a T15 style screw, and in talking with the Benelli rep, I do know that I need to check the depth of these screws on the inside of the receiver. So what I'm going to do is pull the bolt here. There's a convenient release latch there. Remove the bolt. Obviously that is now definitely empty. And then we're going to check the depth of those threads when we place these mounts where they're supposed to go. The concern is that the threads may actually come all the way through the receiver, so we'll take and feel on the inside and make sure that's the correct area. Okay, inserting those screws and hand tightening them down, not torquing them yet. I can tell that these screw links are going to be perfect for this receiver. So we're going to get these mounted up, torqued correctly, then we'll start on the rings. Two-piece scope base is properly mounted to the firearm and torqued correctly with an inch-pound torque driver at 25 inch-pounds. These will be driven down at 45 inch-pounds set here. You can see the setting on this torque driver. Okay. And it will be done with a T25 bit for here. I'm going to set the rings up in their current location, torque them properly, set the scope into the rings, move them back and forth until the eye relief matches what I need. Then I'll properly torque these down once everything has been leveled. So finish torquing the rear set here. Anytime that I torque a set of rings or a mount onto a rifle, I want to make sure I snug that forward against the rail on the Weaver or Picatinny rail. On this one, it's going to be a Weaver. I'm going to loosely set the scope in here to where I can play with this eye relief. I'm going to set that on the maximum power. These are a match set, so keep rear to rear and front to front separate. I'm going to loosely mount these, making sure my threads are activated here so that I do not accidentally lose a screw while messing with the eye relief. Nothing here is torqued. Everything is plenty loose. Now I can freely move this back and forth as I check and set the eye relief where I need it for this rifle. Once your scope is properly leveled the scope to the action, we're going to tighten all of these to 18 inch-pounds. And on the Vortex driver here, you can see that I've set that to 18 inch-pounds. I like to do this how you would do a wheel on a car, little to each side, in a star-like pattern, keeping the gaps on each side of these precision matched rings the same until we break loose at 18 inch-pounds. Now that those are all tightened correctly, with the scope properly mounted, correctly torqued base and rings, we are now ready to take this to the range, bore sight it, and zero with some of our 143 grain 6.5 Creedmoor. Once we have it zero, we're going to be able to set the zero stop on here, which once this is adjusted where it needs to be, we're going to carefully remove this cap. The LTEC tool that comes with the AMG is very efficient at this, but you can also use a penny as well. I'll pull this small threaded plug out. We're going to lift the elevation turret, being careful not to make an adjustment. We're going to insert this with the pin down. Rotate it clockwise until it stops. Replace the elevation turret, setting the 0 back here. Replace this top plug. Elevation 0 stop is now set. You can go a 1/2 mil past and then adjust your elevation as needed for distance. It's ready to rock.